Hi everyone, this is Marisha Tremetska, episode 62 now apparently, for my Love Your Creativity and Make Money podcast, as opposed to Take Money, but maybe it's the same thing. So I hope you're doing really well. This week's podcast was all inspired by the fact that in the UK last week we had to file our taxes. I'm a freelancer, I have been for many years, and it's always that fun thing. And it always really makes me think about how much money we earn and sometimes can really wonder where it's all gone. Now, I do budget on all this. Yes, I'm a nerd. But a really interesting exercise you can do is, especially if you're freelance, is looking at those headline figures. How much money did I actually have coming in this year? I know you spent a lot out, but looking at how much money you earned this year and maybe last year or the last 5 years, you can think, good grief. And so part of my remit as a creative is I'm always looking at where I can you can't hack creativity, you can't hack getting better in time on stage, you just have to keep on doing it, but there's definitely some real financial and business processes that I use to try and hack my life so I can be a working, sane creative. And one of them is I really do make a vow to myself that I save money every month towards my creativity. As in, I have various pots. I've got like a future gigs pot I put money in. Even through COVID, I was putting a little bit of money in every month, just so that when I'm ready to book a venue and all that kind of stuff, I've got fees to pay, like fringe fees or early travel fees for something. Then at least I've got some money already there, rather than just having to take it out of this month's income. And sometimes you go, well, I've lost all my work over COVID. Obviously, I went from 5 gigs a week plus actual touring to 0. So there are several times when you go, I need this money for everything else. But even in normal times, it can be really easy to kind of spend all your money and then go, where did it go? So an exercise I find really useful is maybe have a look back at last month or last couple of months of where you spent. And yes, I know Christmas happened. And you can often find that, God, I spent that much money on going out, or that much money on takeaways, or that much money on dinner, or that much money on new clothes. And I mean, if you chose to put some of it away first into a kind of a creativity pot, you can open a separate bank account or have a sub-bank account. I know many bank accounts now, you can have lots of savings account and name them. So try naming one creativity or my new novel or my film. And every month kind of say, I'm going to put some money in there. Look at the money you've got coming in. Obviously, you've got to pay your basic bills, but then put some money aside, even if you don't need it this month. So that when there's a workshop you really want to go, or a networking event, or there's some pre-production costs for something, or you need a new gadget, you can literally, you've already got some saved. And I also think this idea of going, well, let's say you've got £200 a month. That's not doing anything, rather than saying, well, I'm obviously going out and doing this, rather say, well, actually, I'm going to save at least £50 of that into my creativity pot, and the 150 can go to everything else. So I'm not going to overspend going out this month because I know I won't do that. Once I started doing this, I stopped going out to dinner. I love food, but I have to say, when I'm out at dinner in London, it's really not cheap, and I do it, but I do it when I'm with particular friends I want to see. But a lot of the time I'm like, I can just as happily meet friends for a drink or coffee. Do I need to be spending money on dinner when I eat really well at home and I cook really well? Because that money, honestly, for me, that money comes out of my creativity pot, right? Because we've all only got so much cash. So it's a choice you make. It's not about feeling guilty and, yeah, sure, you're going to have 1 month it's got a friend's birthday, you're going to go wild. But I do think that the mere act of saying, I'm going to put this much money away this month for my creativity and next month, it allows you to take yourself more seriously as an artiste. Whether you're working on a film or a novel, we always need marketing budget, and there's so many things you can spend, whether you're a full-time creative or a part-time, or just your creativity is at the moment a hobby. But having that kind of money to be able to spend wisely on the things that you say are important to your life and your heart, like your own particular medium of art, what that is, song to film or books or graphic art, I just think for me it really works. So this is my exercise for you, which is have a look at the last couple of months of where you've spent money and see whether you could have maybe spent a little less in that area. I'm not talking about not feeding yourself, right? But just see where you could have had a bit more room to not have gone out, maybe only go out once that week rather than twice that week, and put the rest of the money into your creativity. So there we are. There is my thought of the week. My Get Your Art in Gear program is on the very last stage, I can say that. I'm just doing the final edit and checking all the toolbox and spreadsheets and stuff is there. So it's 21 financial business strategies to become a financially stable, happy creative, and 21 ways to get your art in gear. So fulfilling your creative potential by mindset strategies, marketing strategies, motivational, practical tips, plus everything in audio. So it's been a real undertaking. At least I've got all the audio done now. So the plan is for next week. We will see. I've got other things going on, but that it's for me, I can't even look at any other creativity right now until I get this program out the door, because it's just so important to me and I've made it a priority. So there we are. So my Love Your Creativity and Make Money podcast is, of course, there's lots of stuff on all aspects of creativity, not just the money aspect as well. So have a look back, and I'm on @Marisha T, MARYSIA on Twitter and on Instagram, and Marisha Trembetska on Facebook. So there we are. Have a great week and enjoy being, I don't know, spring is coming and hopefully life is really opening up for us. So there we are. Have a great one.